The Arrowverse's Crisis on Infinite Earths is one of the most challenging and largest crossovers to ever hit the small screen. It will span across all 5 of the CW's Arrowverse shows, so we're here to catch you up on everything you need to know before you dive in. But first, you can make a historic crossover yourself by hitting that subscribe button and turning on your notifications. That way you'll be alerted every time we post content just like this. So what even is Crisis on Infinite Earths? Well, it originated as a series of DC comics by Marv Wolfman and George Perez that were published in 1985 and 86. It brought together some of DC's most iconic heroes to defeat the Anti-Monitor, who sought to destroy the multiverse. While many of the heroes in the comic did die, don't freak out, because Arrowverse producer Greg Berlanti said it won't follow the exact story of the comic series. Rather, quote, "It's our iteration of it." The event will begin with Supergirl on Sunday, December 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern, and continue with Batwoman on Monday, December 9th, The Flash on Tuesday, December 10th, and end on Tuesday, January 14th with Arrow at 8 p.m. Eastern and DC's Legends of Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. The crossover will feature not only characters from those shows, but Black Lightning and Smallville too. So how exactly has the Arrowverse been building up to this epic iteration of the event? We first saw setup for the Crisis in the Arrowverse's 2018 crossover, Elseworlds. An evil Dr. John Deegan begins rewriting history in order to help the mysterious Monitor save the universe. This causes Barry Allen, aka The Flash, and Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow, to swap lives. Then in Elseworlds Part 2, Earth 90's Barry Allen warned our heroes that the Monitor is testing Earths for an upcoming crisis. The Monitor later explains,
"Someone is coming. Someone far, far more powerful than myself. I am testing universes to find one. I hope strong enough to stand against him."
Cut to Supergirl's Elseworlds Part 3, where Oliver makes a deal with the Monitor. The Monitor said he will save Barry and Kara, aka Supergirl, from Dr. Deegan, so they can help fight against the crisis that's coming. In exchange, Oliver must do everything he can to stop the crisis, and the Monitor will return for him down the line. But after Oliver agreed, we find out the now imprisoned Dr. Deegan has made a new friend in Arkham Asylum.
"Don't worry, Doctor. Everything is as it should be. The stage is set. Worlds will live. Worlds will die. And the universe will never be the same."
Yikes. Well, in Arrow's Season 7 finale, the Monitor finally came for Oliver and whisked him away. He also revealed that he's seen Oliver's inexplorable and unavoidable future, and that he'll die during the crisis. However, he later told Felicity he can prevent the deaths of countless more, including you and your daughter. Then in The Flash's Season 5 finale, the date on the newspaper that has been foretelling Barry's disappearance for years changed. The Flash Missing Vanishes in Crisis headline used to be published on April 24th of 2024, but the finale sees that date changed to 2019, meaning the crisis is now imminent. Supergirl Season 4 finale ended with the Monitor bringing John's brother Malefic to Earth. The Supergirl co-showrunner Robert Rovner says, "I think the Monitor wants to make sure John is ready for the crisis that's coming. This is John's test." We also saw the Monitor collecting Lex Luthor's body after Lena kills him. Then in DC's Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 finale, we see the Monitor watching the Legends, hinting that they will have some kind of role in the crisis ahead. When Batwoman, Supergirl, Arrow, and The Flash returned this fall, there was even more of a focus leading up to the crisis. The Monitor visited Barry in the Season 6 premiere of The Flash and revealed that he too will die in the crisis. We then learned that Jay Garrick was keeping track of antimatter signatures across the multiverse, and he's worried that the Earths may be in danger. Turns out he was right, because when Barry tried to time travel to confirm all the warnings later that episode, he was blocked by a wall of antimatter. However, Garrick and his wife were able to help him send just his mind to the future, where he saw billions of possible futures for them in the crisis. Unfortunately for him though, quote, "The only timeline where you all survived was if I died." We caught back up with Oliver and the Monitor, who asked Oliver to retrieve dwarf star particles from Earth 2. Oliver managed to get the particles, but was then warned that Star City was under attack by antimatter. He, Laurel, and Diggle only just managed to get off the planet before it was destroyed. Cut to Supergirl, where we catch back up with John, who passes the Monitor's test with Malefic. He was able to put his past to rest and overcome his vulnerabilities, and is now ready for a crisis, according to the Monitor. That's not all though, because Lex freaking Luthor is back from the dead to officially fulfill his destiny to be a hero rather than a villain. Then, the last episode of The Flash before the crisis ends with red skies and a tease of Nash turning into Pariah, For those of you who don't know, Pariah was crucial to releasing the Anti-Monitor onto the multiverse, so he'll have a pretty big part in the crisis to come. As for Arrow, Oliver continued saying his goodbyes in his last episode before the crisis event because he thinks he has to die in the crisis. But then, in a huge twist of events, Lila Michaels became Harbinger, aka the Monitor's right hand as far as the crisis goes, just as the skies turned red. This cued the beginning of the crisis while Team Arrow is still on Lian Yu. So, what do we expect to see in Crisis on Infinite Earths? Well, obviously the Flash and Arrow fans are extremely anxious to see what will happen since both Oliver Queen and Barry Allen are destined to die during the crisis, as of right now. In the first teaser for the event, we saw most of our main heroes facing the Monitor, but with one surprising addition, Lex Luthor. We also see future Adam Ryan Choi, and then someone getting destroyed by antimatter. We don't know who it was, but unfortunately it looks a lot like the Flash's Cisco Ramon. Beyond that, we get quick shots of more characters we expect to be involved, including Black Lightning, Brandon Routh's Kingdom Come Superman, and then Oliver, Mia, and Kate. We also got an extended trailer just before the Arrowverse's final episodes leading into the crossover. This one focuses heavily on Supergirl, and it's not looking good for her world. In the trailer, we see Earth-38 become another one of the casualties of the antimatter. While this is obviously a huge bummer, it could potentially allow her to join the rest of our heroes on Earth-1. The other highlights of this new Crisis on Infinite Earths trailer include Tyler Hoechlin's Clark Kent and Iris West meeting Tom Welling's Clark Kent, Supergirl and Batwoman discovering Kevin Conroy's older and exoskeleton-wearing Bruce Wayne. Finally, we see the return of Earth-90, Flash, and Green Arrow fighting to evacuate a world, maybe Earth-38, as the Monitor tells him it's time. And with that, we'll just have to wait and see what happens when it is officially time for the Crisis on Infinite Earths. The event begins with Supergirl, so make sure you tune in because stuff's gonna go down. But of course, this isn't the end of all the worlds, so make sure you hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, and stick with Cinema Blend for all of your entertainment and TV news.